Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about the gym and the specific types of exercises that you can do at the gym that would help muscle growth. If you were to perform these exercises, for long periods of time and to have the proper nutrition, then you can definitely achieve a aesthetic body. So I'm going to begin off with the chest exercises. Most people that go to the gym that want to build a good body want a wider chest. And to build a wider chest, the only way to do this is from a bench press. See, on the left of the screen, you can see the bench press. And on the bench press, you can see how it is on. He is lying on a bench that is 90 degrees, and he's pushing a weight horizontally outwards of his chest. So there are many types of bench press exercises. This one is the default bench press. You can also bench press in multiple angles. So for example, you can shift the bench to a 75 degrees for a upper bench, or a much lower higher degree like 110 for a lower bench press. All of these exercises are used to promote muscle growth. So on the right, you can also see an alternative to bench press if you don't have access to a bench or a barbell. So as you can see on this side, uh, the person has two dumbbells, and you can see over here that he pushes his elbows downwards, and then exerts the force back up in a 90 degrees, very similar to the traditional bench press. This is also a really good way to promote muscle growth on your chest. So the next exercise that we'll be talking about is the deadlift and the pull-up. These are all fundamental exercises that you have to do in order to promote bigger back growth, either on the lower back, so lower back, or your lats. So what I mean by your lats, I'm talking about the two muscle groups on the side of your obliques. And when I'm talking about your lower back, I am talking literally about the lower back right here. So as you can see, the deadlift over here, that it's a very strenuous exercise. It takes a lot of energy to perform this exercise, and if done wrong, it can really cause injuries that could be permanent. So this exercise is very dangerous if you don't know how to do it. So I would suggest consulting someone who's familiar with this exercise to help you with your form, because in my opinion, it's very hard to get the form correctly in the beginning of your workout routines. So you would begin in the bottom position like this, with your ass out, your chest forward, your back straight, and what you're going to do is you're going to be pushing on your hips, on your ankles, and then exerting the force on your hips. So you're not really supposed to be bending your back at all. What you're supposed to do is push in these two angles to perform, and you're supposed to feel a squeeze on your lower back, and that's when you know that you're doing it correctly. So the pull-up on this other hand is used to promote a muscle growth on a different muscle group on your back. So the pull-up promotes the muscle growth on your lats, which is on your obliques right here. So if you want a bigger back, what you can do is you can use pull-ups. So the third exercise I want to be talking about, the third muscle group, are your legs. So as a bodybuilder, most bodybuilders, I'm not a bodybuilder, but most bodybuilders want a symmetrical body. But the leg exercises are what most bodybuilders don't like to do, in my opinion. So, but some of the exercises here are very good for promoting large growth on your legs. So, for example, the squat. The squat is pretty self-explanatory. Most people have done a squat in their life, but in this case, the squat is with a barbell on the back of your back, and you basically just squat down. This exercise is also pretty dangerous if you don't do this properly. You can injure your knees, your lower back, even your spine. So you must keep a uniform motion, as well as you got to keep your back straight, your knees behind your toes, and you're only supposed to push with your quads, which is your thighs, instead of pushing with your lower back, which a lot of people do, and you can end up with a really bad injury. So an alternative to squats is the leg press. The leg press is a much safer way to exercise your legs instead of the squat because it prevents injuries. As you can see, if your back will always be straight in this specific exercise, and you don't have to worry about, you know, the weight being too heavy and it would fall on you. There's safety precautions built around the leg press. So the fourth exercise I want to be talking about is the overhead press. The overhead press is used to promote muscle growth on your shoulders. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You carry a barbell and you press it over your head, and you basically do this a couple of times, and it will result in a larger shoulders. And an alternative to this exercise would be the shoulder press using dumbbells. So we call this dumbbell shoulder press, and this is a similar exercise to the overhead press. So in this case, it's very similar to, for example, the bench press and the chest press with the barbells. It's the same exercise but done using different using barbells as opposed to dumbbells. So here we have a bicep exercise and a tricep exercise. The bicep exercise we have here is the dumbbells, and the tricep exercise here we have is the tricep pull downs. In this case, the dumbbells, all you have to do is keep your back straight and just lift the barbell all the way up to around your shoulder area, and you squeeze. The squeezing really helps promoting muscle growth to promote muscle growth. And over here you see of the tricep pull down, you can see how the person starts from a 90-degree angle parallel to their elbows, and they pull downwards, and you're supposed to squeeze as well. These two exercises are fundamentals to building bigger arms. So lastly, I want to talk about the cardio, because everyone needs cardio in their routine. We have the Stairmaster and the treadmill. The Stairmaster promotes greater calorie loss per minute than the treadmill because you're walking at an incline opposed to running on a parallel surface. And this concludes my video. I hope you are educated now, and you can now go to the gym and make some gains.